Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Kyra and I'm a recovering beauty guru. And what that recovery looks like is using my makeup, tracking my makeup, and most importantly, changing my mindset about makeup, about beautiful things. So if you're interested in videos like that, stick around, subscribe, hit like before you forget. And today's video is all about the products that I have hit pan on in my collection. This is going to be a two-part video because once I pulled out the palettes, I had 12 palettes with pan in them, and so I decided I'll just split it up into two videos. So today will be all the other kinds of pans, and the next video will be all of my eyeshadow palettes with pans. I will be holding up the actual products, but I'm also going to get some juicy B-roll footage for you guys so you can see those pans up nice and close. I would love to have so many more pans in my collection than this, but I do plan to do this video annually at least. Anywhoozle, with all of that said, let's just go ahead and jump into a little bit of pan porn, if you will. Some people don't like that, but I think it's funny. Let's start with a primer. And what primer has a pan, you ask? Well, it is my Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Blurring Balm Powder. This is a mini of this product, or a deluxe sample size, if you will. I do have a second one of these, and I do really like this product. It was not hard to hit pan on at all with, you know, a couple of weeks, I think, of dedicated use. I was easily able to hit pan, and I think in another week or two I could easily finish this up, so I will eventually roll it into my year-long project. Next product is a concealer, and it is my Glossier Stretch Concealer in the shade G9. This is one that's definitely going to be easier to see in the B-roll footage, but I did have this in my 2024 project at the beginning of this year, and my goal was to hit pan on it, just get some good use, and I have done that. That's something I've been wanting to do for a couple of years now. Yes, this product is very old and very expired, but you know, I thought it was going to take so much more effort than it did, and it really didn't take me that long. Yeah, I ended up hitting pan in 14 uses, so 2 weeks of dedicated use on that one, and I was able to hit pan pretty easily. Next, I have a powder. Now, I will say honorary mention, and I think I have a picture of it somewhere. If so, I will put it up here, but my number 7 Lift and Illuminate pressed powder here did have pan on it, but I have since repressed it. So just putting that out there. And then my powder that I do have pan in is my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Powder in the shade Fair. Nice, fat, juicy pan. This powder is not at all hard to pan. Like, if you want to get into panning and really feel good about yourself, if you have a Charlotte Tilbury powder in your collection, that's a good way to do it. It's a great way to keep yourself motivated because you'll make visual progress on this pretty easily. But this is in my project pan this year. I just kind of want to use this up. It's an incredibly expensive product with very little product in it. I'm going to use this up this year. I mostly use this under my eye, so it's kind of slow going. I can use that powder all over my face in the winter when I'm not quite so oily, so I probably will start working on that more on the face as well toward the end of the year. Next, let's talk bronzer, and I have a few of them. I was kind of surprised. I don't know why, but I was. So my most recent pan in my bronzer collection is in my Tarte Mini Sea Breezy Cream Bronzer in the shade Seychelles. I had this in my deck of panning for the prompt hit pan. Oh no, this was for Represents Another Project, which the project that I chose was Graveyard Project Pan, and I chose the option where you try to meet a goal on something that you've tried panning before but didn't meet goal on. So I did finally meet goal and hit pan on that puppy right there. Then my next newest pan is in this bronzer from Wet n Wild. It's the Color Icon bronzer in the shade Sunset Striptease. And this was the bronzer that I put into my year-long project at the very beginning of the year because I really felt like I was getting close to pan. I could see the waffle pattern on the metal pan coming through pretty easily. And so I decided this would be, you know, the first bronzer that I tried to hit pan on this year. But it actually took me 26 uses to hit this tiny little baby pan here. And once I got there, I was like, okay, cool, I'm ready to roll it out now, because my overarching goal for my bronzers this year is that I just work on hitting pan in as many of them as I can. That one now has pan, and now I'm working on my e.l.f. primer infused bronzer, and I feel like that one won't take me too long. The rest of these I all kind of hit pan on around the same time frame. My Fenty Beauty Cheeks Out Freestyle Cream Bronzer in Butter Biscuit is almost gone. It looks like a fair amount of product here, maybe, but it's quite thin in there. I do use a sponge to apply this. That is my favorite way to apply most cream bronzers. So, I mean, this puppy's not going to be around much longer, but I'm glad I got to include it in this video. And this is, besides the Tarte one, my only other cream bronzer that I have pan on. And then I have my Charlotte Tilbury Film Star Bronze and Glow, and I have a nice big pan in the bronze side of this. I really do love this bronzer. It was very easy for me to work with this. I do have kind of an arbitrary goal. I would love to hit pan on this highlighter this year as well. I've kind of been thinking that for the last couple of years and just keep forgetting to make that concentrated effort. So I will roll that into a project pretty soon, I think. And then my last bronzer that has pan in it is my L'Oreal True Match Lumi Bronze It. If you've been around for a while, you know how much I love this thing, and I have a giant pan in it. And this is a giant bronzer, but it's a really good price, cost per use. And it's just one of my all-time favorite bronzers. If you have any kind of weird bronzer situation, or you just want your bronzer to look flawless, this is your gal right here. Totally a favorite. For blush, I only have one, and that really makes me sad. Like, I do have quite a few blushes I'm working on currently, so I feel like that's part of the reason I haven't hit pan on any blush this year, but I will. So the one that does have pan on it is this one right here from MAC. This is the MAC Glow Play blush in the shade So Natural, one of my favorite blushes of life. I do believe I worked to hit pan on this in a project. I just couldn't tell you what project it was. I would guess though it was like my year-long project. Or maybe it was Partners in Cream. That could be too. But regardless, this one needs a friend. It's not acceptable to only have one blush with pan in it when I have so many blushes. So we're gonna get there. And then lastly, I have 3 highlighters that have pan in, starting with ColourPop Super Shock Highlight in the shade Lunch Money. I do believe I hit pan on this in my Partners in Cream project. I do really enjoy this highlighter. I like to apply it with my fingers, and it really wasn't at all hard to hit pan on. So a couple of spoilers for project pans, although I think actually deck of panning will have gone up before this one. Yes, I'll make it so. But the one that's in my year-long project this year with the goal to finish it is my deluxe size of the Becca Opal highlighter. And I had major pan on this. I'll put a picture up because I know I have one. And then at the beginning of this year, or sometime close to the beginning of this year, I decided to repress it. And I have hit pan on it again, once on the side and once in the middle. I feel really good about the possibility of finishing this year, and probably, yes, it would be my very first highlighter I've ever finished. And that, for that matter, I've never finished a bronzer or a blush either, but I'm excited to finish this one. And it just goes to show you, because obviously, like I said, I started 2024 with pan in this really good sized pan, but then I repressed it. It filled the pan again. Now I've hit pan again, but there's still a lot of product in here. And this is just a tiny little highlighter. So it really helps me to know that and remember that when I'm tempted to buy new highlighters, because I probably have 25 years worth of highlighter in my drawers there. So definitely don't need more. And then lastly, I have my Laura Geller Baked Gelato Swirl Illuminator. This is my most recent pan, period. Just hit this, and this was in my Deck of Panning update in case you missed it. But this is a shade Peach Glow, and I have finally hit pan in the middle. And it's a funny little pan. I don't think it's a shiny pan. I don't know. I mean, it's baked, so you would assume that there's like a tile. Oh yeah, it's definitely a tile down in there. So I'm very excited about this pan. I love this product. I love a peach highlighter overall. So I'm really excited that I was finally able to hit pan on this one. It's one of my favorite highlighters ever, and now she looks loved. But those are all of the makeup products that I currently have with pan in my collection. Stay tuned for the upcoming video where I'll talk about the 12 palettes out of my 69 or 70 maybe eyeshadow palettes that I have. And maybe we'll even talk about pan percentage in there if I can do a little extra spreadsheet work this weekend or something. But we'll see. And I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. That's so funny. I have 12 products also that have pan in them. So 12 products and 12 palettes. Very interesting. I love makeup math. Anyhow, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, found it entertaining or inspiring or motivating in some way. Let us know down below if you do know how many pans do you have in your collection, and what's the most recent product that you hit pan on, if you have or you do. I mean, you don't have to be a project panner to hit pan on something. I hit pan on lots of makeup before I was ever a YouTuber or even a real avid makeup wearer. I used to hit pan on powders, eyeshadows, all kinds of stuff. So let us know that down below. Let's have a great panning conversation down there about all our great juicy pans. And I hope all of your makeup days are absolutely beautiful makeup days. And I will see you in my next video very, very soon.